Hey everybody, this is William from the Godzilla Files coming at you today with a new Kaiju battle video. And today we're going to be looking at Fire Rodan versus Battra. And I've decided to go with this one because of a comment made on my last video by the user ZapZaz7. He suggested Rodan versus Battra. I tweaked this just a little bit because I think Fire Rodan would make for a better opponent against Battra. So without further ado, let's get started and let's see how these monsters stack up against each other. So the first monster in this battle that we're going to be looking at today is Fire Rodan. Before we get into his story, let's take a quick look at his stats. Fire Rodan stands at 70 meters tall, and he weighs about 16,000 metric tons. His wingspan is also about 150 meters. His first and only appearance is Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 from the Heisei series. We first find Rodan living on an island where nuclear waste had been dumped. Thanks to this, he had grown to a gigantic size. In his first battle with Godzilla, he was defeated and left for dead. After somehow hearing a song that a group of psychic girls were singing, Rodan transformed into Fire Rodan, a bigger and more powerful version of himself. After a long battle with Garuda and Mechagodzilla, Fire Rodan was finally defeated. Before he died, he gave his energy to Godzilla, saving him from defeat at the hands of Super Mechagodzilla. While bigger than previous Rodans in the Godzilla series, Fire Rodan is still smaller than Godzilla. Best way to describe Fire Rodan is simply a kaiju-sized pterodactyl. His body is colored red and he has spikes on his chest. Fire Rodan is definitely one kaiju that you don't want to see flying at you while you're in the air. Fire Rodan's opponent can be found in the North Sea, Battra. We'll be looking at his flying form for this fight. So let's take a quick look on how he compares to Fire Rodan. Battra is 73 meters long, and he weighs in at 30,000 metric tons. His wingspan is about 180 meters long. Battra's first and only appearance was in Godzilla vs. Mothra from the Heisei series. Battra was created by the Earth to help protect it thousands of years ago. He was sealed in the North Sea by Mothra after their first fight, but eventually broke out in 1992. When we first see Battra, he is in his larva form. While hunting for Mothra, he crosses paths with Godzilla and they battle before disappearing into the sea. Battra would later appear in his flying form and start attacking Mothra. While they fought, Godzilla appeared to fight them. Both Mothra and Battra teamed up to defeat Godzilla. While fighting Godzilla, Battra was bitten in the throat and blasted with Godzilla's atomic breath. This would be fatal to him as they both crashed into the sea. The best way to describe Battra's appearance is that he's an evil Mothra. His body is black while his wings are a mix of red, black, and yellow. He has 6 legs and red eyes that glow purple when he fires his energy beams. Just like Fire Rodan, Battra is another kaiju that I would not want to see while I'm in the air. Biggest difference between Fire Rodan and Rodan is Fire Rodan's ability to fire energy beams. His energy beam is fired from his mouth and is mostly purple in color. While not being as powerful as Godzilla's atomic breath, this attack still packs a punch. Probably the most famous of Fire Rodan's abilities is his ability to fly at supersonic speeds. With this ability, Fire Rodan creates a powerful shockwave that can blow away objects along with destroying buildings. It is said that at top speed, Fire Rodan can reach up to Mach 3. Finally, Fire Rodan has spikes on his chest, which he uses to attack his enemies. Flying at high speeds and hitting his opponents with these spikes has shown to injure Godzilla and even cause Garuda enough damage to crash. Battra is no pushover himself when it comes to fighting. His most powerful attack is his energy beams. Firing these energy beams from his eyes, he is able to take out his enemies while not having to get close to them. Also, unlike his larva stage, he is able to control them so he can pinpoint where he wants to hit things. When it comes to speed, Battra is able to fly at around Mach 3, but he isn't fast enough to cause any kind of supersonic attack. But with his new speed, he is able to move quickly for a kaiju of his size. Finally, for a moth, Battra is pretty strong, as he is shown to be able to pick up objects like a Ferris wheel. His greatest feat of strength was picking up Godzilla with the help of Mothra. He was able to carry Godzilla for a long distance out to sea. The one real major weakness that Fire Rodan has is his durability. While he is able to stand up against attacks for a period of time, he can be quickly overwhelmed energy-wise. We see this firsthand when it comes to his fight with Mechagodzilla. He does put up a good fight, but in the end, Mechagodzilla lands a fatal blow when he blasts a hole in Fire Rodan's chest. One other weakness that I would like to point out is his size. He is shown to be much smaller. While I don't think this hinders him too much, it should be noted that his size is on the smaller side. Like Fire Rodan, Battra doesn't seem to have too many weaknesses, but what I will say is that just like Fire Rodan, Battra's durability is questionable. We see that Godzilla is able to pierce his skin with just a simple bite, and also direct blasts from Godzilla's atomic breath seem to do a great amount of damage to Battra. Finally, while Battra might be fast for his size, Godzilla was still able to hit him with his atomic breath while he flew around, which makes me really think that Battra probably needs time to hit those high speeds that he's been known to have. So, who wins? I think it's going to be Fire Rodan. I think this is a close fight, probably the closest that we've had so far in these kaiju battles, but I think Fire Rodan wins for two reasons. The first one being his overall speed. We saw in Godzilla vs. Mothra that Battra had a difficult time hitting Mothra as she flew around, so, Mothra is fast, but nowhere near as fast as Fire Rodan. So, I don't think Battra would really ever hit Fire Rodan as he flew around him. I also think that Fire Rodan's atomic breath would do a pretty good amount of damage, even though I believe Fire Rodan's atomic breath isn't as powerful as Godzilla's. Even if the attack isn't as strong as Godzilla's, I still think over time, Fire Rodan would be able to take down Battra. Not to say that Battra would be easy, but I just don't think he can keep up with Fire Rodan. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me that you think Fire Rodan would win, or if you think Battra actually stands more of a chance, and tell me why. Also, I'm always looking for new ideas for these kaiju battle videos, so if you have any ideas, post them below, and I will try to make them happen. But as always guys, I will talk to you all later.